We spend about a third of our entire lives asleep. But for most of us, what happens during that time is a total mystery. We kind of just think of it as shutting down for the night. But what if I told you that the moment you close your eyes, your brain is actually kicking into high gear? It's running this incredibly complex and absolutely vital maintenance program. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and take a deep dive into the unseen world of sleep.
All right, so let's start with a question that seems super simple, but most of us get it wrong. Is sleep just not being awake? Is it just flipping an off switch for our brain? Well, the answer, and this might surprise you, is a huge no, not even close. Yeah, there's this great lie that just nails it. There's a lot happening under the hood. It's not just the absence of being awake when we sleep. See, sleep is an incredibly active state. It's a period of intense neurological activity. So if it's not an off switch, then what in the world is it? Let's get into the mechanics, because this is where you'll see just how busy your brain really is. To really get what's going on, we first need to understand who's in charge, right? Who's steering the ship? Well, it turns out our sleep-wake cycle is run by two really powerful but totally separate biological forces. Think of them as the two captains, working together to guide you into the harbor of sleep every single night. So on one side, you've got your circadian rhythm. This is your body's master clock, this 24-hour cycle running deep inside your brain that tells you when to feel awake and when it's time to wind down. But then on the other side, you have sleep pressure, and this is a real physical thing. A chemical, adenosine, literally builds up in your brain every single moment you're awake, creating this pressure to sleep. So the longer you're up, the higher that pressure gets and the sleepier you feel. It's the constant dance between these two forces that decides when you feel tired and when you finally fall asleep. Okay, so once those two captains have docked the ship and you're finally asleep, what's actually happening up there? Inside your brain. This is where it gets really, really cool. It's not quiet in there at all. It's more like a bustling workshop, busy sorting, filing, and making sense of your day. Think about it like this. All day long, while you're awake, you're just taking in tons of information. Then, at night, your brain gets to work. First, during non-REM sleep, that's the really deep sleep, your brain starts reflecting on the day and storing new facts and skills, almost like hitting save on a document. But the real magic, that happens in REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. That's when you have your most vivid dreams. This is where your brain gets creative. It's not just saving the files, it's integrating them, connecting all that new information with your past experiences to build a richer, more interconnected web of knowledge. And a huge part of this process involves something called sleep spindles. It's a weird name, I know, but these are these super brief, incredibly powerful bursts of brain activity. They act like a high-speed file transfer for your memories. They're sorting what's important from what's not, locking in those memories, and get this, some studies even show a direct link between how many sleep spindles you have and your overall intelligence. It's literally your brain's nightly software update, fine-tuning your mind while you rest. Now, that's how it's supposed to work. That's the ideal scenario. But let's be honest, for millions and millions of people, this beautiful, intricate nightly system gets totally disrupted. The workshop gets chaotic, the filing system breaks down, and the night becomes a source of stress instead of rest.
Why can't I sleep?
And the most common name we have for this problem is, of course, insomnia. It's a really simple definition for what can be a miserable, complex experience. You just can't fall asleep, you can't stay asleep, or you wake up feeling completely exhausted, like you haven't slept at all. It's a huge red flag that something in that finely tuned system is way out of balance. And this brings us to a really important question. Is insomnia the actual disease, or is it just a symptom of something deeper? What's the real root cause when our sleep starts to go wrong? Well, the answer often isn't just about what you do before bed, but about your overall health. So that brings us to the good stuff. How do we fight back? How can we reclaim our nights? The great news is there's a powerful toolkit for improving sleep, and it's all based in solid science. And the best place to start might actually surprise you. So get this, the recommended first-line approach for chronic sleep issues isn't a sleeping pill. It's a specific kind of therapy called cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, or CBTI. And what that does is focus on changing the thoughts and behaviors, the habits that are messing up your sleep in the first place. It gets to the root of the problem instead of just putting a Band-Aid on the symptoms.
Now, along with making those kinds of changes, certain supplements can give you some powerful support. Magnesium, for example, is fantastic for helping to calm the nervous system. Glycine can actually help lower your core body temperature, which is a key signal for your brain that it's time to sleep. And then you have things like L-theanine, which promotes those calm alpha brainwaves, and the herb valerian root, which people have used for ages to help with both insomnia and anxiety. And of course, we have to talk about melatonin. Now, melatonin isn't a sedative, it's not a knockout drug. It's a hormone your body naturally produces to regulate that internal clock we talked about, your circadian rhythm. It's incredibly helpful for things like jet lag or for shift workers whose clocks are all out of whack. A typical starting dose is pretty low, but it's so important to remember that melatonin is a powerful hormone and you should really only adjust your dose with the guidance of a healthcare professional. For people with really complex or persistent issues, you sometimes need to dig even deeper. And thankfully, there are a lot of tools out there to find the true root cause. This can range from simple questionnaires and consumer wearables like your watch or a ring, all the way up to medical-grade sleep studies, and even testing your hormones like melatonin and cortisol throughout the day. The key is to get a complete, holistic picture of what's going on.
And this all brings us to our final and maybe the most important point of all. We have to stop thinking about sleep as a luxury. It's not something you can just catch up on over the weekend. Sleep is not some isolated activity. It is the absolute foundation of your health. Every single system in your body relies on the restoration and repair that happens overnight. Getting better sleep is absolutely foundational to having good hormonal health and good metabolic health. When you shortchange sleep, you're not just making yourself tired, you're messing with your body's ability to regulate everything from your blood sugar and appetite to your stress hormones. It's all connected. So the real takeaway from all this is a question for you. Knowing what you know now, that sleep is this active, restorative, absolutely essential process, are you ready to unlock your body's full potential one night at a time? If you're fascinated by how all these systems connect and you want to learn more about how sleep impacts your hormones, your metabolic health, and even the whole field of regenerative medicine, then you know what to do. Make sure you subscribe and follow our channel for more deep dives just like this one. Thanks so much for watching this Within You Health production.